I got a lot of noisy things going on tonight. I gotta have that heater on. It's so cold in here. Well, it was. It's not now. So we're going to go ahead and put this bump out on here just to make it look better, because it kind of looks weird the way it is. And I got my center mark. This is not exact. It's not cut perfectly because, well, it's just not. So we're just going to work it to make it look exactly right, which is going to take some grinding. And some schmoozing of the metal. Once again, this isn't like a show tractor. This is just an idea I came up with to do, kind of like a gag gift, you know. So this piece of tube right here, this angle wasn't an exact 90 when I bought it, so that's why it doesn't look right to me. Yeah, it does. It's not perfect. It's like this side's got a harder angle than this side. I don't think I like it. I might have to cut this down more to get it to match. I don't think I can grind that much off. I might be able to. I don't think so. I know, I heard you. I heard what you guys said. There you go. Is that better? Thanks for reminding me. I heard you say put some safety glasses on, stupid. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's not an exact bend, so it's hard to... I mean, it looks close, but I know it's off. You're probably not going to see it by looking at it, but... this looks good. It's just, we got a bigger flare over here than we do over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that. That's going to bother me. I also don't know how how I can fix it. I can cut. I can cut some more off, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Just that flare right there, because it wasn't sized the same. Nope, not gonna happen. I can cut some off, but I don't think it's gonna change it. I mean, at this point it's already junk, so it's not gonna hurt to try. Getting pretty warm in here. I could probably turn that heater off, but it's warm up here. It's not warm down there. Maybe I should set it on the floor and let it blow some heat down there. It's probably pretty loud in the camera and the microphone, but I'm not sure if it's going to matter which way I do the cutting or how much I cut off. It's not going to be the same. I can get it closer, but it's not going to be the same because the way it was cut in the bend, the apex of the bend. Which is okay, because you know what, guys, this is just kind of like a jokingly thing anyway, and it'll look cool. I think I like that. It's not perfect, but one-off stuff is not perfect anyway. So how's the hood going to open here? Oh, we got plenty of room for that. So I can go right about there. Let's get the welder and give it a tack and look at it. I think I like it, guys. I mean, I don't know what you're seeing in the camera, but I got it angled this way, so it's kind of like a push deal. Plenty of room, clears the hood, and it just kind of breaks up all whatever's going on there. I need to do something on the ends. The ends need to be figured out too. Either I got to add something or angle them, cut them, I don't know. But yeah, I like that right there. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to weld that. Especially sitting looking at it front on, it looks pretty cool. I like it. It's different. I kind of need something. I kind of need something there too to break it up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe one here and one there. That could be something. Let's get this tacked on really good, and then I'll play with those uprights. Let me just give it one more tack on this side. Uh-oh. Alright. I'm liking that. It looks pretty even here. Kind of looks even there. Just for looks, these things might look pretty cool right here. I don't know. It's not a full bar though, so it looks weird. I mean, that's a good look. I might have to go and cut some bar to put in there. But that's, I don't know. At that point there, it's just for looks. But it does look kind of cool. This one's longer, it's got to be ground down. Okay, we can turn that heater off in a little bit because it's feeling pretty warm. Just sit back and stare at it for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that heater off. We don't need that anymore. Alright, so at this point we're just playing anyway. I mean, this is This isn't something that someone's paying extra for, so I went ahead and I welded that one in. It looks okay. I got to get used to this welder, man. I'm not used to this one. I'm like the one at work, I can pick it up and just weld whatever, but I'm not used to this one yet. So I went ahead and cut this one down to match that. What's going to happen is there's just going to be a lot of finish work. We're going to be grinding and making everything look nice, so that's fine with me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I can lay down, I can stack dimes and count quarters and pile nickels and do the best welds ever. I can make strong welds, but they might not be very pretty. I mean, I can do pretty welds, but it takes me a minute to prep for it. Because there's a lot of variables when you're doing pretty welds, and this might sound stupid to some people, especially guys that do welding, but if you're going to do like precision welding for, looks, you need to concentrate, you need to practice breathing at that point. Because it's like anything else. It's all about concentration. And if you see something going wrong, like a bead's going wrong, or it's starting to build up where it shouldn't be, you can't freak out. You just got to flow with it. And if that don't work, you grind it all down and start over. You can always put a pretty weld over a good weld. You can always fill it in and grind it out. You can kind of do that with wood, but not really, because then you're gluing and waiting. Now let's tack that and see what that looks like. I feel like it's crooked, but I can only have so many hands in so many places. If I can hold my fingers like that, I can just tack the top. Maybe. All right, we got a little tack on there. So what do we got for in and out here? We want to make this, I'll push it out a little bit, but we kind of don't want to break it off. This one's kind of on the, if I'm looking at it that way, this one's kind of on the 11 o'clock. And this one's close to the 11 o'clock, but not really. Now I just pushed it too far and snapped that bead. Broke my tack. Oh, really broke my tack now. Idiot. All right, let's hit that right there like that. All right, let's lean back. That one's a little crooked. I don't even care, guys. This, like I said, it's just something funny I decided to do. Let me go ahead and weld this one in here, if I can. Once you get it rolling, you got to back off once in a while because this thing will burn through. So if you get it really hot, you got to take a break sometimes. This pipe is really, really thin. It's nice stuff to work with though. If you're just playing and building stuff, this pipe right here is perfect. I think it's I don't even know what it's, 1/8 inch tube thick by 1 1/4 or 1 1/2, and I got it from Amazon. I ordered it. I could have got it locally, but I was like, it's easier just to press the button and have it shipped to my house, so why not, right? If I had one of the special lenses, I could show you what I'm doing, but I don't think the camera would pick it up. Probably ruined my camera. So basically what I'm doing is I'm filling gaps as I go across. And when you have a gap, you want to start your bead, and you don't want to just hold it and follow through, because then you start melting, because actually the metal that you just put on, like the bead you just put on that's red hot, if you keep going with that, it's going to get hotter and hotter. Then you're going to start burning through things. So you want to kind of like a stitch weld or plug weld, I don't know what they call it. But so I'm not trying to fill the gap between the two pieces. I'm actually waiting for the first zip that I did. Once that, I can see it in my helmet, it's red when it welds. When it cools down and starts to get like, you know, not as red, I build off that and I come across. So if you hit that weld that you just put on while it's still red, you'll just puddle off or burn a hole or something like that. But if you hit it and you wait, and when you see that color start to go away, the red start to fade away, you can build off it. So you're not welding. I'm not welding the hole. I'm building off welds. Okay, so you like stitch, you zap, 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 zap. You're welding to the welding metal that you just put on there. You're not trying to just fill a hole. If you just take this wire and you stick it between two pieces of metal to fill the hole, you're going to make a bigger hole. So I know there's a lot of welders out there that think I'm crazy and say I'm stupid and don't know what I'm talking about. Possibly, I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying I know what I would be saying to the TV or camera or phone or whatever right now. But you know, there's a lot of guys out there that want to weld, that don't weld. And I did not go to school for welding. I didn't need to. I was welding in a stone quarry with a stick welder in the middle of winter. And there was no such thing as cleaning the metal before you welded it. You just welded rust. And yes, it was quarry life is what it was, but I learned a lot about welding and metal. Okay, so all right, I'm going to pop this thing off now, and we're going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to do this piece. I can probably do the bottom here, but I don't want to risk burning the hood. So we're going to get set up, and we will burn that in. Big welding terms, burn it in, man. So I want to be clear, by no means am I Jim Bob welder extraordinaire, okay? I can just weld, and I can weld and make welds hold, or if you give me a while, I can weld and make it look pretty, but it's going to take a minute, okay? I'm not trained by school or whatever else. I just know how to do it. Like, there's a giant gap right there, so you're going to see me concentrated in this area for a minute, because I'm going to fill that gap, and I'm going to do it with that process I just explained to you about. I'm going to put a bead on. I'm going to add to it until I get to the other piece of metal, and then we're going to make it look nice. And I just turned that heater off, what, how many minutes ago? And it's already getting cold in here. So that's the other thing too, is when everything's cold, there's a lot of things to welding. Like if you're going to get certified welding, there's a lot of variables. You can weld better if you heat the metal up. If it's a good temperature. If it's cold, it's not as strong, it's not as pretty. So there's a lot to welding. It is fun though, and it's not, listen, it doesn't take a ton of money. Like I said before, this Best Arc welder that I got was $170. It was under $200. And it comes with the wire your first round. And I think I bought more wire. I bought a bigger spool. Actually, I bought 2 spools, and I think they cost me $40. So the convenience of going out in your little shop like this and grabbing your welder, like this one back here, and just being able to weld, and you can do some good welds with this welder. This welder will weld like a madman. You just have to get to know it, like that new dog you get. You get a new dog, you got to learn that dog, you got to know about it. The welder's the same way. They're all different. So yeah, it doesn't have to have a ton of money to do it. It's there's a lot of stuff out there, and I just want to put it out that this one's a good one. I was going to go to the Harbor Freight and get that one, but that was a little pricey for me. It was up there. This one on Amazon, I'm like, you know what? For this much money, let's just try it, because I would blow this on dinner anyway. So, and I'm glad I did, because it's a nice unit. Hey, and you always got to ground your metal, okay, guys? Make sure what you're welding is grounded, or it ain't gonna work. And then I gotta cut. Oh, I do have pliers. Look at me. I look like I know what I'm doing. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's. I'm gonna fill in the backside of these guys right here. That one's got a cut in it. I think I'm gonna try and fill that so I can clean it up later. But I'm gonna fill the backsides of these in first. That way it'll give it some strength in case my brother-in-law wants to push down some trees or something with his trail mower. Because if you got a mower like this, you need a couple Coors Lights in you. Hard telling what's going to happen. What kind of work the old Deere is going to do. Oh yeah, that's nice. Nice. This is 110 too, guys. This is not plugged into 220 right now, which I'm surprised I haven't popped a breaker yet. But this, I have an extension cord going to its own, that service box that comes out of the breaker, so there's nothing else on that circuit. But this is 110 right now, and it's freaking crazy. Oh yeah. We're stacking sinkers up here at Jim Bob Service. Let it cool, hit it. Cool, hit it. Cool. Oh, that's good. So yeah, they say stacking dimes, that's a welder's term, because if you take like 20, 30 dimes and you lay them out sideways, it looks like that. That's what they call stacking dimes. It's a welder's term. We're not stacking dimes here. We're building stuff. So I'm going to try and fill this. This might take a minute, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so come on down here because I can't see what you're looking at. I don't want to pick this up and bring it to you, so we'll go down here. But if I can get to it, you can see right here. You see this gap? See how big that gap is? That's how this gap was, and I just filled it in, all right? With that technique I was talking about. The gap was that big, so that's how we do that. Is it strong? Of course it's strong, because both pieces of metal, if you look, both pieces here, you got some discoloration on this piece. You see some bluishness, I hope through the camera because you can see it here, and you have some bluishness here, and I could see it melting together. So that means you have penetration. Penetration means the two pieces of metal that you are welding together actually get hot enough to bond with that weld on both sides of the metal. That's what they're talking about when they say penetration. They're not talking about X-rated channels on your TV. So anyway, this one's a little bigger than that one, but I think I'm going to be able to pull it off, and we're going to go ahead and do that. You guys, I will catch up with after I get done doing that, because it's probably kind of boring and you don't want to see it. You'd like to see it if I had a filter you could watch me do it through, which would be cool. And I'm going to look into that. I'm going to see if there's a filter I can get to put on that camera so I can get you in up close and personal and you can see what's going on. But probably most of you know how to weld, so you don't care anyway. But anyway, we will get back once I do that other weld and we move forward. Good news, I got the heater back on, so I hope this doesn't sound terrible, because I've done a lot of video with the heater on. I do have the microphone right here. Hopefully it's picking it up. But this is it right here, guys. All right, we got her welded up. Now we're gonna go ahead with the grinder and we're gonna clean all the yuckiness up, because it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look cool either. I wanna clean it up a little bit, so. Yeah, that welder did a good job. Here's the bumper. It's hot, so I'm not going to put it on right now and show you. But that right there is all we're doing tonight. I think I have to go do some plow cleanup. I usually do it in the morning, but I think I'm going to go at it and jump in the loader and do it tonight, because there's a lot to do. Some places got more snow than others, and I drove through there on the way home from work today and realized, hey, you probably ought to get an early start on that. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So I'm going to call it quits here for a little bit, and when I get back on it, I'll be back. So have a good night. Thanks for watching. Please like or subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell whoever. I'm trying to get better as we go, and I want to get some good stuff for you guys to watch, so I'm working on it, all right? So thanks for watching. Have a good night. We'll see you later.